It's Thursday, April 9th, 2026, and this is Blue Lightning Daily. I'm Hunter, and today the machines did that thing where they helped by reorganizing my whole timeline and then acted confused when I asked where my intro went.
I'm Riley, and yes, the robots are on one today. Also, little disclaimer. This episode was assembled soup to nuts by AI tools, which means if we suddenly pivot into a dramatic monologue about why your B-roll has feelings, that's just the automation expressing itself.
Speaking of B-roll having feelings, our main story, ByteDance is rolling Seedance 2.0 directly into CapCut. Not as a separate AI video app, but as timeline media. Generate the clip, drop it in your project, trim it, caption it, ship it.
That's the real gag. They didn't build a new playground. They snuck the swing set into the park you already go to every day. CapCut is basically home base for a ton of creators, especially short form. So this is less new tech, more new habit.
Exactly. And it's such an editor-brained move. The most practical detail is also the least sexy. Fewer exports. No more generating in some separate tool. Downloading, importing, realizing you need a slightly different shot than doing the whole loop again like you're trapped in a creative Groundhog Day.
Wait, hold up. So is this actually good, or is this prompt roulette, but now it's inside your timeline so you can lose faster?
Great question. The big pitch is reference control. Seedance 2.0 is leaning hard into text to video and image to video, but the omni-reference idea is you steer with reference media so the output stays closer to your intent across multiple attempts.
Okay, but omni-reference sounds like a Marvel villain. Like, I am Reference Man, and I will keep your brand colors consistent.
I would watch that movie. But yes, reference is the lever here. If you've ever had one perfect 3-second clip and then spent forever trying to regenerate a matching follow-up shot, this is aiming at that exact pain.
I love that we're finally admitting what creators want isn't cinematic. It's keepable. Like, can I actually use it without it melting when I add captions and a speed ramp?
That's the whole output designed to survive real editing point, not just look good in a demo window. CapCut's basically saying you should treat gen video like stock footage or B-roll. It's just another clip source.
Which is huge for creators because it changes the mental model. You're not making an AI video, you're filling a gap. You're making a hook shot, you're making a transition, you're grabbing a vibe cutaway because you didn't shoot one, or you're on a deadline, or the client changed the script 12 minutes ago.
And the clip length kind of enforces that. The public reporting around this integration points to clips capped around 15 seconds per generation.
15 seconds is so aggressively short-sprained. Like, this thing is basically built to manufacture scroll stoppers and transitions.
Yeah, and I don't hate that. If you're a marketer, you want variance. If you're a creator, you want fast iterations. But it does raise the question, does this kill storyboarding? Or shot lists? Or, my personal favorite, your ability to commit to a single idea?
Oh, it absolutely kills commitment. We are now in the era of, I'll just generate 5 options, and then you generate 20, and then you're like, wait, what was the video about?
The blessing and the curse. Integrated generation lowers the cost of iteration, which is great. It also makes it easier to spiral.
It's like having an intern who never sleeps and also doesn't understand object permanence.
And to your earlier point, control versus illusion of control. References help, but they don't remove the fundamental truth. Gen video still gets weird. The difference is now you can work around the weirdness faster because you're already in the editor.
Okay, but let's talk strategy. ByteDance is basically betting distribution beats novelty. Like, CapCut doesn't need this to be the best model in the world. It just needs to be good enough and frictionless enough that you stop leaving the app.
That's the competitive threat. Gen video startups have been fighting on, look at my output. CapCut fights on, I'm already open on your phone.
Which honestly is also what Google is doing right now with VO 3.1 inside Google Vids. They're all collapsing generation and editing into one loop.
Totally. We talked about that this week. Google Vids for personal accounts getting VO with a free monthly quota. Same play. Put Gen Video where normal people already work, not in some separate AI cinema lab.
Except, CapCut's culture is templates, trends, and shipping fast. Google Vids is like, hello team, here is your quarterly update, now with AI B-roll of a diverse group high-fiving.
That is painfully accurate.
So who wins with Seedance 2.0 inside CapCut? Indie creators, brands, or the person selling CapCut AI Masterclass who becomes our new boss?
Sadly, the course person always wins. But seriously, indie creators win first because they already live in CapCut and they need speed. Brands win because reference steering is the path toward consistency. Recurring characters, product silhouette staying stable, series visuals.
But there's also a funnel vibe here. Like, are we Canva-ifying video where everything becomes modular and remixable? Or are we Spotify-ifying it, where creators become streams inside one platform's ecosystem?
That's the tension. Integration is convenience, but it's also lock-in. If your whole pipeline becomes CapCut plus Seedance plus credits, you're kind of renting your production muscle.
And credits are a real thing here. CapCut's AI features increasingly run on credits and plan tiers, And early access has been tied to paid CapCut users in certain regions. So if you're a team, you can't just assume, generate 30 variants, pick 2 is free therapy.
Right, and access is rolling out in waves. Some folks won't see it yet, and it might vary between mobile, desktop, and web.
Which is the most CapCut behavior ever. Features appear like a cryptid, then disappear. Then your friend in another country screenshots it and you're like, am I being gaslit by an editing app?
Now, bigger ecosystem context. This whole week has been about integration, not just model flexing. We had that Elm Swiss Arena leak with the rumored OpenAI image models, people saying better prompt control and stronger text rendering. That's not just pretty pictures, that's usable for commercial workflows.
Yes. And on the video side, you've got Pika doing that Pika Stream beta thing, where it's more like real-time video chat with an agentless export a clip, more operate an interactive character.
Which is wild because it's like two futures at once. One future is AI becomes a clip generator inside your timeline. The other is AI becomes a live performer you direct.
And both still need humans, because if you leave them alone too long, they do the digital equivalent of walking into the kitchen and forgetting why they're there.
Okay, practical creator advice. If Seedance 2.0 shows up in your CapCut, what do you actually do with it without losing your mind?
Use it like seasoning, not the whole meal. Generate hook shots, transitions, product vibe cutaways, maybe a quick establishing shot. And keep your real footage as the spine, because continuity across a whole narrative is still a babysitting situation.
Yeah, and if you want consistency, start with image to video. Use a still that anchors your subject or brand vibe, then generate motion around it. That's way more reliable than pure text prompting when you care about identity.
Also, hot tip. Don't generate one clip and pray. Generate a few options, drop them into the timeline immediately, and pick the 2 seconds that actually work. That's the whole point of timeline native generation.
And please, for the love of your future self, name your generated clips, because otherwise your media bin becomes Untitled Gen Video 17 and you'll never find the good one again.
Hunter is speaking from trauma.
I am, deeply. Last thought, is workflow integration the real moat now, and raw model quality becoming the new camera megapixels marketing fluff?
Ooh. I think model quality still matters, but integration decides what gets used daily. Like, nobody cares if the model is technically superior if the workflow makes you do 5 exports and a ritual sacrifice.
That's the shift. Seedance 2.0 in CapCut is ByteDance basically saying, Gen Video is not a special event, it's just media, it belongs in the timeline.
And if that sounds slightly terrifying, congrats. You're alive and paying attention.
All right, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging with us on Blue Lightning Daily.
Go check out bluelightningtv.com for AI news and updates, and subscribe so the robots know to keep generating this show instead of, like, reorganizing Hunter's timeline again.
Please, my intro misses its friends.
Catch you next time.